was like, I either can really hunker down and just go all in on streaming and YouTube and all that, or I have to figure something else out. And then, I watched it and I was like, huh, I don't know how I feel about that. So it's been the most challenging, but also, I guess, rewarding thing I've done, and it was just kind of a leap of faith. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna see what happens. Hopefully it works out.
For legal reasons, this is a bit joke. Fuck, marry, kill for council members right now.
Oh, wow.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pipeline Podcast, episode 163, the show that simply has no predator. Today I am joined by Cartoon Network legend Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo, you're looking a little different from the cartoon in the past. What's going on there? Did you get some work done? What's going on?
Thank you very much. Well, I traded the pecs for some boobs, and I grew out a beard, and I was thinking about getting sunglasses, but I don't know. This is what the fall off of Cartoon Network is. Is like. Yeah, this is what it does to you.
Yeah, this is what happens when you don't have a new show in like 30 years.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Paycheck to paycheck.
But Johnny, thank you for joining the show. It is a long time coming. Yes. I've done 163 episodes and I still have not had you on. You were beginning of the year. I was like, okay, this year I'm getting Johnny on, I'm getting Ronan on, I'm getting Draven on, and I waited to like the last.
Hey, I'm a big procrastinator, so I understand. I mean, just look at my YouTube channel. It's a graveyard right now, pretty much. So I understand. So it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you, buddy. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much. No, obviously, Elephant in the Room, people don't know, like, we work together over on Council of Creators, our friend Jordan podcast, the insanity that pursues over there. But I've had a lot of fun this year, kind of like stealing all of his people and making them my own.
I mean, it's what Council was used for a while. So yeah.
No, I know. Like, jokes aside, but like I do really like, and I've talked to him about this. It almost works as this nice kind of like extension of that show, because Council is a crazy show. There's always like at least 5 to 10 people talking at once. There's not a lot of that like one-on-one solo conversations. So people might not know like the Johnny, like the solo Johnny experience, if you will. And I've had fun being like, oh wait, you like this thing, and like people I've talked to for months now, we're like, wait, had no idea anything about this. So it's cool to have that one-on-one conversation. Johnny, how have you been? How's it been going? What's been going on?
Yeah, I mean, well, first, I agree. It is nice to kind of just be one-on-one every once in a while. Yep. I know I do, I do streams with Chainsaw or Jordan one-on-one a lot, and I've done streams with, Ronan before one-on-one and just other people from Council, so it is nice. And in a way, I feel like I almost play a character on Council that I don't usually play otherwhere. I feel like I'm at my raunchiest and most unhinged on Council. I just feed off the energy, so people might watch this big, oh, he's actually not a complete degenerate, he's only a slight degenerate.
Doesn't come in his socks? That's crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes I like the Council ends up my Jesus Christ, I can't believe some of this shit I said. That's fair. But yeah, I'm doing good, man. I've been very, very busy in my personal life.
Sure.
For those that do not know, I'm a new barber, so building that career up has been very time consuming, and it just kind of consumes everything, honestly. So And, I have a great relationship going right now. I have a lot of family stuff going on right now. My life is lifing right now, and unfortunately, a lot of content has kind of taken a break because of that. But I'm just big into not really forcing myself to
Mm,
do things and stuff. Like if I want to do something, I'm going to do it,
mm,
and
yeah.
I'm kind of just taking it as it comes. But stressed, but doing good. I guess is the shorter version of that.
No, that I think you actually kind of nailed that. Like, I know it might not seem it, but I think that is almost the healthiest thing you could do, to be like, okay, I need to upload every day and I need to
Oh
have the weekly thing. It's like, hey, if you're not feeling it, don't push it. Like, just
yeah,
don't push yourself to do more than you want to. I
yeah,
think especially people around kind of our channel length, where it's like, is it a job? It's not. Then
right,
don't do more than you want to.
right.
Don't push it outside of the hobby level if you're not getting the benefits of it not being a hobby. I guess if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
no, that makes perfect sense. As kind of not to get kind of like I guess like unmotivational for a second, but that's why I kind of became a barber because I was like, like it's a
mm,
great hobby. I love talking about movies and pop culture and stuff. Everyone in my job is so shocked by how much I know about pop culture. It's kind of hilarious. I'm like the trivia guy there because I just can name
sure.
actors and stuff in movies because it's just, I've been consumed by it. I've been a huge YouTube watcher and fan forever and Twitch and all that. And after a while, it was like I enjoy doing it as a hobby, but the idea of sitting down and editing videos every day and making TikToks and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it started really just kind of draining me a little bit. So I was like, all
Hmm.
right, I'm gonna do it as a hobby. I'll basically just stream because there's no editing required and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm at. And I've been having a lot of fun of just hopping on other people's channels and stuff, like doing streams and podcasts and stuff with
Sure.
other people. And then, when there's a stream or something that I want to do, I'll do it. But
Right.
yeah, I just, I don't know. I felt the pressure to edit videos and make reviews of everything I was watching after a while. And I kind of started taking the fun of watching stuff away from me and putting pressure on myself. And then, get to the numbers game of like, oh, I spent all this time making this video. It's not performing well. Is it worth it? All that. And I was like, I made the tough choice of like, I'm gonna start my like actual career that'll pay the bills, and if
Yeah.
anything ever happens from content down the road, cool. I guess my biggest regret is I didn't start sooner. If I would have
Mm,
started sooner, then maybe who knows where I'd be at now. But
right.
you know, not to be depressing, like I said, but that's
No.
kind of why I stepped away from content a little bit because I was like, right now this isn't my job. I'm not making enough money to pay bills and
Sure.
stuff. So I was like, if something ever comes of it, awesome. For now, I'm just gonna treat it like a hobby and have fun. And I'm having a lot of fun with it.
No, no, that's I think that's incredible. Like, I remember you posting that kind of career update, like, hey, this is
Hmm.
where I've been video. And at the time I didn't really know you yet. Like, we had worked
Yeah,
together somewhat on council, but it was more so just like, hey, it's that guy that I see sometime, whatever.
yeah. This is more.
Um
I'm making dick jokes and shit jokes, and yeah,
it's the cum sock guy, whatever.
yeah. It's a comes out guy.
But like but I do remember watching that video and being like, that's fucking awesome. I loved
Thank you.
I found it like really like motivating of just like, oh, like you chose a direction. And I think that's something people really struggle with, especially nowadays. It feels like that's something everyone's kind of really stuck within. It's like,
Yeah,
okay, not only finding a job is hard for people, of course, in what the world is right now, of course, won't get into that, but
yeah.
also just like not only finding a job, but finding a job that you seemingly enjoy and are
Hmm.
passionate about. It feels like every time you're
Right.
coming on the stream, you're talking about how much you're loving it or your stories about it. And
Hmm.
like, what was that kind of journey getting there to be like, oh, wait, I like this thing. Can I do it professionally? Was there like a leap of faith moment of just like, well, let's see, let's jump in and see?
Yeah, I guess I had a Miles Morales moment. It was a big leap of faith. I was very, very stagnant for a very long time. Like
Mm,
I feel like most people out there, they graduated high school, it was like, oh fuck, what do I do now?
what do I
Structure has
do?
been taken away from me, and now I don't know what to
Yeah.
do. So I went to school for a little bit for communications and media. I was like, I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna
Mm,
kind of go the filmmaker route. I want to be the
right.
next, Tarantino, Nolan, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to be that guy. And then I had the unfortunate passing of my
Mm,
grandfather or papa when I was in my the end of my first year, and I
Mm,
took like a year off, and then the pandemic happened, and I was like, fuck
yeah.
online classes, I'm not doing that. So it just kind of I was lost for a very long time.
Mm,
I
yeah.
was in a very bad spot for a very long time. I mean, the pandemic in a way was good because that's when I started my streaming and everything like
Mm,
that, and that was awesome. Just kind of showing myself that I could build something like that. I hit Twitch affiliate. I had people that were coming in and tuning in and watching and
that's cool.
subscribing and stuff. It was awesome from all over the world too. It was
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Um, and then I kind of hit a wall with that where I was like, all right, I'm kind of capping out at these viewers. I'm capping out, like I'm not gaining followers like I used to. Posting videos are kind of capping out a certain amount of views every now and then. They'll kind of, I guess, overperform for me. But I was like, I either can really hunker down and just go all in on streaming and YouTube and all that, or I have to figure something else out.
Right.
And I worked at Foot Locker for like 7 years. I was like, I don't want to work retail for the rest of my life. I fucking know that for
Yeah.
sure. Great job, but I was like, I just can't deal with people like that.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still dealing with people, but um, I guess in a different sense. But yeah, I was just like, yeah, I was like, dude, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know
Hmm.
what to do. I'm in such a weird spot right now. And then I was like, well, I don't have the drive to edit and post like
Yeah.
I do to make it my job. I was like, so I gotta figure something else out. And I was kind of thinking, and barbering was always something I liked. Um, Going back to my papa, like one of my favorite, like, just I guess childhood memories is like going to the barber shop with him. He would take me to the barber shop and go get a haircut. There's a McDonald's right next to the barber shop. We go get lunch and then we go, go
No.
back. And that was like our thing. And I just always like that experience. I like going to the barber shop to get my haircut. Just, the stereotypical like bullshitting around with your barber about stuff. My barber's a nerd, so we'd always talk about Marvel and Star Wars together. Um, and when I get my haircut, I would never let my barber do my beard. I would always do my own beard, and it would piss him off. So I would start watching tutorials and videos on how to do my beard better, how to style my beard
Cool.
better, whatever. And after a while, I was like, I even though I piss myself off if I fuck up my beard sometimes, I was like, it would be kind of cool to just learn how to
Mm,
do the whole thing pretty much
right.
and
Yeah.
give like other people that experience. Because I mean, a big part of barbering is like you want to make people feel good. The joke is that like barbers are like men's like unofficial therapists and stuff like that. I was like, just the whole
Yeah.
experience about it is really cool, and just the setting and atmosphere. And I was like, I'm gonna try it. So I went
Yeah.
to a local like barber school by me,
Yeah.
which mixed experience. I didn't really get a lot of experience actually cutting hair, but I just learned some history of barbering and stuff and basic techniques. It's basically just cutting mannequins. So it was like basically just cutting like Barbie dolls all day, which was kind of not
Gotcha.
great, but um, it got me ready basically to take my state test and get my license, so I could go and work in any shop that I want, pretty much in the state.
That's cool.
So when I told my barber that I was thinking about becoming a barber, we just stayed in touch. He wanted me in the shop. So I was lucky enough that when I graduated my barber school, he was just willing to take me with open arms, knowing that I was going to be a work in progress and all that. So it's been kind of interesting. I've gone to my boss for 10 years as like a client. So then
Wow.
working for him over the past about year now, in like a few weeks, it's going to be a year. It's been crazy. It's been
That's
crazy. And just,
incredible.
it's really, it's also like a very mentally challenging job because it's very hard on
Yeah.
yourself if you fuck something up. Like even today was
Yeah.
the busiest day I've ever had. I did 16 haircuts today in one day. And one of them was one of the worst haircuts I ever gave in my life. And
Whew. Yeah.
but it was just like
Yeah.
the other ones today were good. I just had this one kid who had long ass hair. I fucked
Hmm.
it up a little bit, and it's just you got to kind of keep trying to push through and
Right.
learn from your mistakes and just build yourself up. So it's been a lot. It's been very
Yeah.
challenging, just mentally and actually, actually doing it.
Right.
But I am very happy with the decision I made. At the end of the day, I did find something that I am passionate about. very difficult. I beat the shit out of myself up mentally, like I'm very hard on myself. I'm a perfectionist. I definitely have OCD, like, or at least like the moderate OCD, my therapist says. So, so it's been the most challenging, but also, I guess, rewarding thing
Right.
I've done. And it was just kind of a leap of faith. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to see what happens. Hopefully it works out. If it doesn't, fuck me. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then if it does, then cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a crazy journey over the year for sure. Well, over like the year and a half, but yeah, it's been nuts.
No, that's incredible. No, I think like I do imagine it's probably in this kind of weird spot where it's like like it is an important job. Like everyone needs a haircut, everyone needs to
Hmm.
do that. But I do bet there is that pressure to be like,
Oh,
well, they're gonna be stuck like that if I, if I mess it
yeah, oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first started, I was terrified to even touch someone's head.
Hmm.
I was like, dude, better not fuck up, because then they're gonna just look like shit for a while, and it's
Right.
because of you.
Yeah.
And part of learning for me is fucking up, and I even fucked up today. It's just
Yeah. It
you
happens.
gotta push through it, and the only way to get better is to fail and learn. So it was terrifying at first, for sure,
Hmm.
but I'm at least in a space now where I'm comfortable with most haircuts that come in, or most people that sit in my chair. There's just every now and then where maybe someone's hair is a little weird, or they have crazy long hair. They haven't got a haircut in 2 years,
Yeah.
and of course, I come in to sit in my chair and I have to try
Yeah.
to give them a haircut. So it's just a constant learning experience. That's one of the things with barbering too. Like you said, it's like everyone needs a haircut. It's a solid, that's why I was like, there's always going to be a need for barbers, so it's a good
Right.
industry to get into. And it's also a tough one because it's just, every day's a learning experience. You never stop learning, really. So it's just an ongoing experience, pretty much, just to try to be the best that I can be.
It's awesome. No, I think that's very inspiring, and I bet if anyone was listening to this, they I think anyone can kind of take something out of it. Like even if you already have your profession, just that idea of like, a you gotta try, and like
Yeah.
it sounds like the most like simple like high school graduation speech ever, but it's like yeah you do just kind of gotta give it a shot, and you might fail, but also it's like
Yeah.
maybe you'll cut it. I don't know.
Hmm.
That was stupid. I'm sorry. Uh,
No, I mean it's true. I mean, we're getting cornier. Like you gotta just
yeah,
you gotta show up every day. You gotta put the time in, and
yeah.
if it works out, it works out.
By the way, what year did you graduate? Because you talked about COVID. Were you a COVID graduate, or is that
No,
before?
so I graduated high school in 2018. So I was a
2018. Okay, couple
couple
years.
years before, and then I did like the 1 year in college, and then took the year off, and then when I was kind of getting ready to go back, the
Okay,
pandemic started, and I was like, I'm going
gotcha.
to school for filmmaking. I could watch
Ah,
YouTube videos and stuff like how to
yeah,
make.
yeah.
I already do. I was like, I already watched videos on how to make
Right.
movies and stuff. I'm in school to use cameras and equipment and stuff, so I don't
Sure.
want to pay thousands of dollars to sit on my ass and just like be like my friend and we'll just fucking play GTA while we're in class together or something.
Right.
Like that's not what I wanted. So I kind of put a big halt on everything, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I was we were 2021. So we
Okay.
got the kind of kick in the nuts with it where it's like, all right, well, back half of junior year's gone, first half of senior year's gone. We'll try and have you back by April. It's like we're here a month, guys. So just
Yeah,
it was a
that's
weird
bad.
thing.
Oh man.
But like I've definitely talked about a lot of people on here about just like that COVID era and just how like I do think it's kind of fucked people's like perception of time. And I think like
Yeah.
around that era, I talked about so many people where it's just like, what a like. I think people just stopped thinking that. I think people just assumed time moved during that era. Like I didn't. It felt like everyone was just like, well, it's fine because this is a COVID little bubble, and then that bubble pops. It's like, wait, it's been 5 years. What the fuck? I wasted 5 years. What do I do career wise, school
Right.
wise, family wise? And so like that, I think has really I really messed up at least my generation. And I think we're same generation
Yeah.
relatively.
Around. Yeah.
And now I'm just waiting for the like next generation down. Like, okay, well, I assume that fucked them up even more because that was a
Hmm.
more crucial part of their growing up experience. So how are
Right.
they going to deal with that come 5 years from now? Um, so
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
interesting.
odd, and it's weirdly nostalgic now too, which is also kind of weird. Like it's just such a weird time period, weird just era. That's why that movie
Yeah.
Eddington this year, I was like, dude, this is nuts. The great movie, but yeah, I was like, this is just crazy how like we look back on the pandemic now, like wow, that was 5 years ago, and it's doesn't feel like it was 5 years ago. It's crazy, very very
It,
crazy.
It is yeah, and like I do look back at that now and be like, I kind of wish I had what I had now in COVID. Like I do think about that a lot, like especially our like little podcast community now. Like if
Yeah.
I had that in 2020, I would have been so much happier.
Hmm.
And like I wish like we could have got so much content made if I was doing
Oh,
it
it would have been
then. Like,
crazy. It would have been crazy.
so I could
Cause
have done
yeah,
daily videos. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know.
that's when I was actually like active and streaming like almost every day and
Oh,
posting on
great. That's
YouTube. And I mean, it is nostalgic for me now too. I was like, yeah, that's when I was actually like
mhm.
a content creator and like
Right.
streamer.
Right. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a couple of kind of sillier questions to lighten the mood just a little bit.
Hmm.
Okay, first two questions. I ask these to everybody. Favorite movie of all time?
Oof. Uh, I mean, shit. I mean, favorite horror movie of all time is Scream.
Okay, good.
Favorite superhero movie is The Batman. And then just like regular movie. I mean, gotta have Empire Strikes Back up there for my
Okay.
Star Wars love. I gotta have Django Unchained up there too. Love me some Tarantino. Uh, yeah, I'll just stick with those before I start rambling
Okay.
like a million movies
You
off.
go down the just your
Yeah,
whole
I already
IMDb.
cheated name four, so I'm not gonna keep going.
And a favorite TV show of all time.
Breaking Bad. I'm a basic bitch. Yeah.
Have you seen the new Player Bus yet? His new.
No, I haven't. I keep seeing the little like teasers for it. I don't have Apple TV. I really want to get Apple TV because I wanted to watch with a studio with Seth Rogen, and then
Studio's good.
I heard
No,
Severance is great,
Severance is
and then
great.
yeah, now that my man Vince is over there, I don't know, I gotta think about getting Apple TV. I had it for a little bit, so I
I
gotta
think that's the show's biggest downfall right now because it is good. It is
yeah.
like I heard most people say is like this is one of the greatest pilots I've ever seen. I'm like, no, it's not.
Oh
I watched it. I was like, it's not far off. It's
wow,
up there.
okay.
But yeah, like everyone I talked to was like, I really love Vince, but I don't have Apple TV. It's like, why'd you have to go to Apple? Why couldn't you have gone to
I know, go to
Amazon
HBO or
or
something.
yeah? Like I want more people to watch it. It's such a good like already. It's such a good like water cooler talk, but no one's
Hmm.
watching it. No.
I
But no,
know.
it's great. It's great.
Okay.
Um, Johnny, you die tomorrow. What's your death row meal?
Ooh. Uh, I mean, shit. If I know I'm gonna die tomorrow, I'm probably going
Yeah.
crazy. I'm probably gonna get like some. I'll probably have like a Chick-fil-A sandwich thrown in there. I'll probably have like.
Yeah.
I'm a big milkshake guy. I don't know. Just give me like a mint chocolate chip milkshake or something. Give me some French fries. Give me maybe like a margarita pizza or something. My Italianness will come through in that. Uh, Cannoli for dessert. Just more Italian things. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big chicken guy. Like my milkshakes, my fries, my pizza.
Ooh.
Maybe I was gonna say ice cream. Remember having a milkshake? That'd be disgusting. That's too much.
Too much. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So I guess like a chicken sandwich, fries, a milkshake, uh, dessert. Brian. Maybe because it's the fall season right now. Good apple pie sounds good
Ooh.
for
Very
like a
nice.
dessert.
Okay.
They'd be happy with that. I'm a simple man.
Yeah. That's good.
Hmm.
I think I'm going to. Do you guys have a CC's by you guys?
No, I've heard a lot of people love CC's though. I heard what they have like a mac and cheese pizza that people love.
It is the greatest thing I've ever tasted.
I was gonna say I love mac and cheese,
Oh,
so that might make an appearance in there too.
mhm.
Mac and cheese
No,
pizza. I've had a
it
mac and cheese pizza
yeah,
before and it's great. I've heard CC specifically makes a great mac and cheese pizza though.
it's good. It's yeah, no, it's like a buffet, but
The
just
pizza,
pizza.
right? Yeah.
Just
That
pizza.
sounds great.
It's dangerous though, because you'll get like 8 pieces of pizza. It's like God, I gotta get out of here. I gotta
Before I just start crushing every pie they have out. Yeah.
Oh my god, no, it's crazy. Um Okay, this is a silly question.
Hmm.
And for the sake of for legal reasons, this
Hmm.
is a bit joke.
Hmm.
Fuck, marry, kill 3 council members right now.
Oh wow! Fuck,
One I
marry,
think will be
kill.
easy for you.
Well, yeah,
One,
I already
yeah,
married Phil, so I
yeah,
guess he's kind of a shoo-in for that.
yeah.
Um, and I joke about fucking Ronan all the time, so I'll fuck Ronan.
Okay, fuck around.
And then
Now here's a
kill?
fun one.
Oh shit, this is where it's gonna start drama again. Uh, I mean, a name came into my mind. Fuck it, I'll piss him off again. Let's go Draven. Let's just keep pissing him off, too. I'm sorry, Draven. I love you. I'm only killing you for a bit.
I,
Uh,
I I thought Jake was coming. I thought we were getting a kill the racist joke up in here.
but he's such an easy target for me to make fun of every stream. I kind of need him to be there. Like, I kind of need to just feed off that bit.
Okay.
I feel like half the jokes I make every stream are just something to do with Jake, so I
Hmm.
kind of need to have him there. No, I wouldn't kill anybody, but I'll kill Jaden for the bit.
Kill him before he can watch the season of Stranger Things.
Yeah, just to torture him before another Inside Out movie comes out.
Okay, I'm gonna speed run a couple of news stories that came out this week, and you tell me if you're into it or you're not into it.
Yeah.
Toy Story 5 trailer came out today. You into it?
Yeah, I'm into it. I didn't see it, but I'm into it.
Okay.
If I want to
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah. I don't have much to say. It was like, hey, look at the characters, don't they look cool? And then it went away. I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
So I'm into it. I'm into it more than most people, but I gotta wait and see. I guess
The
would be my best
the
thing.
one thing that I did hear, even though I didn't watch it, I saw a couple screenshots of it on Twitter, I guess, is that Woody's kind of just back with
And yeah,
everyone after.
he's in the like play. He's in like the bedroom. It's like, what you doing there, buddy?
Yeah, like that was my biggest thing when they announced Toy Story 5. I was like, I'm one of the few people that actually enjoyed Toy Story 4. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of people really not like that movie.
Hmm.
I liked it. Me and my mom were in the back of the theater crying as the only two adults in the theater watching it. Uh, so to kind of just see him back there, I was like, wait, what the fuck are we doing? Why? Why
Yeah.
is he here? Like, I don't know. Toy
Hmm.
Story, they're my favorite animated movies of all time, but
Sure.
like, I don't, you gotta lay him to rest at some point, man. I don't know. I think they had two good
Yeah.
endings with 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd feel better if he wasn't there. I'd be really into if it was this like continuous rotating cast where like every movie you
Right.
slowly say goodbye, but you introduce more characters, and there's a point where it's like a whole new cast of characters. Like Toy Story
Right.
has potential for like millions of movies if you just like do it.
Always gonna be toys.
Yeah, no, for sure. We're getting a Jimmy Olsen TV show. Yay or nay on that?
I don't see the point. Like, I like Superman. He's kind of funny, but his whole plot line also sometimes gets a little like,
I didn't like him in that movie. Yeah,
yeah, like I don't know, like the whole thing with Lex Luthor's girlfriend, like just wanting a date with him,
I
and
didn't like it. Yeah,
I was like, this is really just stupid, goofy, like just
yeah,
really like. When I rewatched it, I was like, "Wow, this part of the movie's bad." Like, I still like the movie, but I was
yeah.
like, that whole
That
plot
element
line
dropped it
is
down for
just
me.
kind of insufferable. So like the idea of him getting it, like why does he need a show? He's just like a writer
Yeah,
at the Daily Planet. Like I don't know. Granted, I'm not like the most steeped in like DC lore. I'm just a Batman guy really, but like that's like giving I don't know. Like I don't understand. Like
yeah.
not even like Lois. Like if you want like a reporter or
Right, right,
something.
right.
And you also have Rachel Brosnahan as Lois too, so it's like I don't know, a
Right.
weird choice, very very weird choice.
I'm into it a little bit if you really
Mhm.
lean into like the Daily Planet. Like I
Yeah,
think the DC universe from the POV of the like Daily Planet's a cool idea. I just
hmm.
disliked Jimmy so much in that first movie that like you have to do a lot of legwork for me to give a shit right now.
Yeah, like I like the dude from SNL that had the mustache. Like I forget that guy's name.
Yeah,
He's funny, but like
yeah,
I don't know. Like
yeah. We'll see.
eh.
Alien Earth has just been picked up for a season 2 as of like an hour or two ago.
Interesting.
You watched season 1? Were you a fan of that?
I didn't watch season one, but it's on my ever growing list of TV
List
shows to watch because I'm the
there.
worst person at watching TV shows. And I haven't seen a lot of the Alien movies either. I've really only seen Alien Romulus, to be honest, but I like that movie so much that I kind of want to
Mm,
deep dive into the franchise. So I heard the show was great. I want to give it a shot. Hopefully,
gotcha.
I'll watch it before season two comes out.
Very nice. Jessica Rabbit is getting her very own movie.
Fuck it. Why not?
Hell yeah. Super Mario Galaxy trailer comes out tomorrow. Are you a Mario guy?
I am a Mario guy. I played the games as a kid, very casually. Like I owned Super Mario Galaxy, but I never beat it. I
Okay.
started it and I remember liking it. Haven't seen the first Mario movie either, but I
Oh,
just think the
really?
whole idea of doing a Mario Galaxy movie is pretty cool.
It's
And
cool.
I saw some of the leaks of like
The Yoshi.
Yoshi and stuff and the
It
Yoshi
was
cookies
cool.
that you put in the Discord.
Yeah.
So I always loved Yoshi, so
Oh,
I'm
Yoshi's my
into it.
yeah. I know there's, those like internet sources that have all the scoops. They're like, oh, they're actually working on a Yoshi movie as well. And I'm like, all right, if you do a Yoshi movie, I'm there day one. I'm,
Yeah, fuck, why not? You know, I'll there. I'll
I,
watch them lay some eggs. I don't know.
yeah. Who do you cast as Yoshi? Do you get
I
like
was
a?
thinking that with the
I kind of
cast
like
they
the one
have
who looks
already, I don't know because it's like it's got to be something kind of dumb, but like in a funny way. I think I saw someone say like Kevin Hart or something as
I've
Yoshi.
seen the like Danny Trejo's or the like Pedro Pascal's or the Danny DeVito's. It's just like, oh
Yeah.
my
I mean,
god.
I'm a big proponent of Pedro Pascal in anything, but I think Yoshi wouldn't really. I don't see that as Pedro really, but yeah, Yoshi. I
He is
gotta,
a character where I'm just kind of like, you can keep the game. I don't know. Like, I don't need Yoshi to talk. Like, I don't know. I guess it depends if they want to give him movies, and I guess he kind of would have to talk. But like, I'm a component of just like Yoshi. I don't know, just like
yeah,
talking
I
around
mean,
the room.
I think they're gonna make him talk, even though I kind of felt the same way. They kind of treat him like a Groot character, where he just kind
Right.
of like says Yoshi, and that's pretty much it. But I feel like they're gonna kind of just make him talk. So I don't know,
Yeah.
like, uh, who would be a good voice for Yoshi? I mean, there, there's a lot of angles you can go.
Mm, no.
I don't know. I honestly I don't know. I get the Kevin Hart casting because he's kind of got the high pitched voice, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Danny Trejo would be funny if you do the opposite and just go like
Sure. It's like you're
the
expecting a
boots,
little tiny
kind of
voice,
like
and
in Dora, like kind of that thing. I feel like it'd be kind of be doing that same
yeah.
kind of thing again, but I. It'd be kind of funny if they got like Ving Rhames or something. Or she does an even deeper voice. Like I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know
Really good.
who, because like the thing with the Mario stuff is like I just think of the video game and like yeah, I only think of Yoshi just saying Yoshi and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of another voice coming out of him. Like
Right.
it's not like when I heard Jack Black as Bowser, I was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. Or
That's
like even
yeah.
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, that's kind of stupid but kind of funny.
Right.
Uh, I don't know. Fuck it, maybe make Jordan Peele be Yoshi, so then you get have Key and Peele again, do Toy Story 4 again, have Toad and Yoshi. I don't know.
Incredible.
Hmm.
And my last update here, Marvel's Werewolf by Night is officially getting a sequel as of today. Did you
I did
watch
see
the first
that.
one? Or
No, I'm behind on that too. I've
but
seen bits and pieces of it. I'm happy for Michael G. Kino. I
yeah.
saw that he's coming back to direct that quick when I was on Twitter again. Um, cool. You know,
Cool. Yeah.
I'm. It seemed like one of the few Disney Plus things they did that was kind of, for the most part, universally liked from
Yeah.
what I can see. So, you know, if they have another story to tell, which I heard like things about how it ended, it seems like there probably is something they can do.
Very open. Yeah.
Um, sure, I'll probably when the second one is about to come out, I'll watch the first one, just
Yeah.
binge watch. I'm happy for Michael Giacchino. So cool.
No, it's exciting. I think what's just more exciting to me is just the prospect of more special presentations, and I think
Yeah.
Marvel may be leaning heavily into that. Like there has not been a live action Disney Plus show announced since Vision Quest, which is done filming, it's out. So I'm thinking like they're going to lean very hard into their animated shows, which they've said they're focusing a lot on, and the special presentations. And I'm actually totally okay with that for now, outside of like the Daredevil, which you can keep doing, or you're maybe
Right.
Jessica Jones maybe coming back, you can do that too. Like that's fine, whatever.
Right.
But
Because
for the
yeah,
yearly new stuff, have it just be like these little 45 to 50-minute specials or whatever.
I think that's a good angle for them to do. Just because like again, after a while, I stopped watching the Disney Plus shows because I was just
There.
like, they weren't really hitting for me. And I feel like I had the same critique with really most of them, except for like Loki. And granted, Loki was my favorite, and I haven't even watched season 2 of Loki yet. I'm a fake fan for that.
Yeah.
Uh, but like, I felt like every show they put out had filler in it where they would just like run out of steam and
Mm,
they would kind of try to keep chugging it along for a couple more episodes. So like, if you don't want to make a movie out of it, make a special, cut the fat.
right.
Just give me the story, no filler needed. Just get to it because like I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier or Captain America and the Winter Soldier that
Yeah.
would have been a much better first Captain America movie for Sam than
Agreed.
Brave New World because I really felt like a Hulk movie, but or a Hulk sequel. But
Yeah.
I don't know, and I think WandaVision also at the end of the day would have probably worked better as a movie too because I feel like it kind of had some pacing issues throughout and Moon Knight also. I think Moon Knight was the same thing. Moon Knight was great, and then it kind of started stumbling a little bit towards the end for me. I was like, okay, like we don't like I don't know, like it just they linger a little too much.
Yeah, they all have the exact opposite issues where it's either not enough is there, which I've been struggling with the
Yep.
latest ones. I'm like, I needed another like 3 episodes, or the middle is just like anything
Just-
because they didn't know how to, because they didn't bring
yeah.
over TV people, they brought over their movie people. They didn't know how to
Yeah.
make TV. So it's like, okay, we'll make the movie and then we'll just add like 40 to 50 minutes of extra whatever in the
Yeah.
middle to make it work. So
The
I,
structuring was not
yeah,
good. That's not paced well either way. Like you said, yeah. And then yeah, there's some shows too where they're just trying to cram stuff into it. You're like, dude, wow. Like,
yeah,
no. It's just yeah. So if they want to do more specials, cool. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I just think in general, Marvel needs to, I don't want to keep being that dude, but they need to slow down a little bit and just kind of take
Mm,
their time. I'm fine with only getting one or two things a year
yeah.
as long as they're good. That's really it. And I feel like this year at least has been a pretty good, course correction, I think, for them so far.
Hmm.
So hopefully they keep
Yeah,
that
I
going
think
forward.
I think Captain America was the only thing this year that most people were like, "Hey, I don't love that." But even then, I think that that's your worst. Like,
Yeah, that's
it's okay. It's an okay year, I'd argue.
yeah, like, I didn't hate Captain America. I thought it was very just mediocre.
Mm,
There's fun to be had in it, but like, definitely not great. But I think
yeah,
Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four were pretty two of the more solid Marvel projects we've gotten in a long time. Mainly
same.
Fantastic Four, but Thunderbolts was very surprising for me in a lot of ways. So overall, I would count the year as a win, even though Captain America was a little bit of a misfire, but
Right.
not like anything we've had in the past few years. But
Fair.
it's just take your time. Just it's fine. Just cook a little bit.
And like, and I'll wrap this up here, but like, I even argue, even though you haven't watched a lot of it, like, I think the TV stuff this year has also been really solid. Like, I
Mhm,
think you came out with Spider-Man Start of the Year, which was really good.
mhm,
A lot of people didn't like it, but I loved Ironheart, and I liked a lot
mhm.
of the zombies was fun. It was, it wasn't
I've heard good things
insane, but
about
it was
that.
fun. Eyes of Wakanda was fun. So I think it
Mhm.
was like a good, like, I think it was a good, like, hey, remember we can be good guys before next year's like Spider-Man 4 and Avengers
Yeah,
Doomsday and Vision Quest and Daredevil and Punisher. It's like, all right, those are the big guns next year, and this
yeah,
year is like, we can be good guys, right? Right.
yeah.
So yeah, no,
Hope hope next year's a good one. We'll see. That's next year is going to be very telling for the future of Marvel. So we'll see.
yeah. Yeah, if Doomsday comes out with like $5, we're like, well, we're I guess we're
Mm,
good guys.
yeah.
We're
If Doomsday fails, then yeah, I don't know
you
what.
wrap it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
But yeah, with that being said, yeah, that's all the questions and stuff I have for you today. We are going to hop right into the meat and potatoes of today.
Nice.
Predator Badlands. Let's just get right into it. I'm trying to think of like a good transition. I had nothing. I was like, let's just do it.
That works.
Predator
Get to the point. It's
Badlands.
effective. Yeah.
The Predator movies. I binged most of them like hell this week. I told
Nice.
you on Wednesday. I was like,
Mhm.
I haven't watched any of them yet. We'll see how this goes. Tell me your history with Predator before we hop into the movie itself. Did you grow up watching them? Did you watch them, in the last couple of years? And kind of what was your vibe going into this one?
Yeah, I grew up with the first one.
Okay.
My parents were massive fans of the original Predator movie. It's one of my favorite action movies of all time. For a while, I did call it my favorite action movie of all time. It's definitely up there for me. It might I don't know. Every time I rewatch, it, I'm like, damn, that might be the best. I
Okay.
love it. I love Arnie and Carl Weathers and everything. Like it's just a
Yeah.
cool, badass, like what 80s. I don't even remember when it came out. I think it was
Yeah.
80s. Just
Yeah.
action movie. I never saw the full thing of the second Predator.
Okay.
I grew up with Alien versus Predator, the first one. The second one was an abomination, like everyone
Okay.
says. I remember trying to watch that with my mom, and we're both like, "What the fuck is going on?" But the first Alien versus Predator, not a great movie, but a fun movie. That's kind of like a guilty pleasure for me. It's just like kind of action figures bashing each other and stuff like
Yeah.
It's a fun movie. And then I saw parts of Predators.
Yeah.
Wasn't crazy about that, but that was a
Okay.
long time ago. So if I
Sure.
rewatch it, I like Adrian Brody. I think like Lawrence Fishburne and like Walton Goggins are in it and stuff. So
The cast
if I
is
watch
insane.
it now, I might actually really like it. But back then, I was like, they look weird. I don't like it. The Predators, at least I know they changed some designs with them. But the Shane Black one, I was so excited for. I watched it in theaters with my mom, and I was like, that's a just
Was that
I don't know.
2018? Was
I
that
think
one?
so. Yeah, I
Was
was
it
like, I
like
don't
the
know.
Predator? I think maybe. Okay.
Yeah, the Predator, I think. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what the fuck that was. The
Okay.
cast for that one was great too. They had what's his face? Boyd Holbrook, the guy from Logan, I think that's his name, and the guy who plays grown up Chiron in Moonlight and Key. And so like it's a really good cast and I like Shane Black. I think it was after the Nice Guys came out and everything, but I was just like bad, real bad.
Okay.
Saw Prey over the pandemic, really enjoyed that.
I've heard great things about Prey.
So, I mean, my long-winded answer, I guess, is like, yeah, I grew up with the Predator movies, but it's been kind of a bumpy road, I guess, a little bit. Like, I've missed a couple here and there. Like, I didn't see
Sure.
Hunter of Hunters or whatever it was called, the animated one that just came out. Um, so they're kind of like 50-50 for me. Um, so yeah, going into Badlands, I was like, I really liked Prey. The trailer looked really cool. I was like, it'll be interesting to kind of see a movie from like an actual predator's like point of view.
POV. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, I watched it and I was like, huh, I don't know how I feel about
Okay.
that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, some of the stuff I liked, some of the stuff felt very just weird to
Okay.
me. I was a little, no, though, I was pretty mixed on it. I think
Okay.
the opening kind of sold me the movie I wanted, where it's just super badass, like,
Okay. Yeah.
like I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then like I don't know, then like Elle Fanning comes in real goofy and stuff. I don't know how I feel about that. And then like, I don't know, I don't want to get like too
Yeah. Yeah.
spoilery, but there's like another companion. At first I was like, dude, what the fuck is this? But then I kind of ended up really liking that
Y-
thing. I don't know, it was just a weird, like, I think the main thing was like the tone for me was a little all over the place, was kind of what I left
Mm.
feeling like, where I felt like it was trying to be a badass parody movie while also kind of being like, I couldn't get out of my head. This is why I shouldn't watch reviews
Okay.
like before I watch a movie, but people were saying like Mandalorian kind of Star Warsy kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Definitely got that vibe for sure. And that's just not really what I go to Predator for. Granted, I know the whole
Fair.
point of this was to be different, and it definitely
Yeah.
was. Initial thought, I was disappointed, a little mixed on it, but I feel like if
Okay.
I rewatch it, I'll probably like it a little bit more. I don't think I'll love it, but I think I'll like it. I like it now, but I just
Hmm.
didn't think it was like as great as I've been hearing pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I'm really excited for this POV battle. I think we might have because
Hmm.
I think this is one of my favorite.
Yeah,
I
hey,
think, but I've
mhm.
had this franchise for a week.
Yeah, you know, so it's, and I'm happy you think it's your favorite.
No, sure,
That's great.
yeah. I think I would definitely say like I do think this would work better if it wasn't Predator. Like it doesn't really feel
Yeah,
like Predator, and that I will agree with. Like I do kind of think I kind of think it may have been worked if this was like a new franchise
right.
that they had made, like because I do really like kind of what they're trying to do. Like I do agree with you. I think with the franchise that's been around like since the '80s, I do think you have to be like okay. We gotta try something different. We've done like 20
Yeah.
of these things. Like you gotta
Hmm.
try and mix it up, and I feel like I did Killer Killers. That was my first Predator movie. I watched it
Mm.
earlier this year. Our friend Ronan. I'm like, hey, can I watch that without watching the others? He's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, that's currently my number 2 of this year so far. I thought that
Oh
movie was
wow, awesome.
masterful. I thought it was
Okay.
incredible. I couldn't believe it. I was like, are they all like this? Spoiler, they're not. That was
Yeah.
something very specific to just like the animation and what you can do there. I haven't done Prey, but I hear Prey is incredible. I'm probably going
Yeah.
to try and watch that over the next couple of days. Um, but no, like I did enjoy kind of the whole like I I definitely agree with you. Like it has that like Mandalorian, that almost Last of Us esque, which I'm a sucker for that like found family
Hmm.
and road trippy and like
Yeah.
I do appreciate the world that they build within this. Like they do
Yeah.
create this like it almost has that feeling of like watching Star Wars for the first time and they introduce
Hmm.
this entire world. It's like whoa, I kind of just want to live in this world a bit longer, which is why it's a little sad. It is Predator because Predator is known for like rebooting every single movie, this like anthology style franchise. I'm like, I kind of want to stay here for a bit. Like, I don't want to move
Right.
on to whatever's next. Which how it ends does make me wonder. Like, oh, maybe there are plans to continue in this little
Pocket. Yeah.
area, whatever the end. I don't know what the heck that ending means, but it
I don't
means
either.
something for
Yeah,
for
I don't
them.
either.
But yeah, no, it's definitely interesting
Hmm.
to kind of hear that POV because I was thinking while watching this, I was like, oh, are diehard Predator fans pissed that this is a
Hmm.
different take on their character? I guess.
Yeah, and it kind of makes me feel like Grandpa, where it's like, you know, like they did change the DNA of the franchise, but it's
Yeah,
like, you know,
not my
that's why I kind of
preference.
felt bad about feeling the way that I felt because I was like,
Mm,
I know they got to try new things because like the formula of like Predator goes to location, hunts said people at
mhm,
location. It's always a 1v1 at the end. You know, like it's kind of like there's
right.
the formula of just like how Predator movies usually go. And I know they got to change it at some point. I guess I was just like, I was, like I said, I was cool with the beginning of the movie, how they were
Okay.
setting it
Yeah.
up with like just a much more, I guess, kind of like serious, kind of gritty tone. And then
Sure.
I feel like it's just the kind of companion road trippiness that kind of comes in, started like kind of clashing, I guess, a little bit with me because I was really into Deck and like, you know, I was like, yeah, fuck it, he's prove him wrong, you know? Like
Right.
let's
Right.
go.
Yeah.
And yeah, the planet that they set up is awesome. Really, really cool. The action scenes are great.
Yeah.
Um, it was kind of weird to even hear like the predators kind of just like talk to each other in their own language and stuff, but it was kind of cool still.
Yeah.
To have a predator humanized, which has not really been done, definitely
Yeah.
not to that degree.
Yeah.
So I was all in on that. It was really just like the the kind of like, and I guess like you kind of need like some comedic relief and stuff, but like I even thought there was comedic relief before some of the, you know, the roadies showed up. Like I thought like there's a couple moments with Deck that were kind of funny where like he's just on a planet. He's like, oh shit, okay, that's what that does. All right, cool.
Yeah.
There's like his reaction or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. It just I felt like the movie sets itself up as like one tone and
Mm,
then it completely shifts. and then it kind of comes back again at the end. It's
Sure.
like I don't want to get too spoilery, so it's just like there's
Yeah.
like two main.
We
There's a
can talk
couple of
spoilers.
locations in the movie, but we can't talk
Yeah.
spoilers.
Yeah. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so like
Spoilers if you haven't seen it. We're talking
yeah,
spoilers.
we're
It's
gonna talk
gonna
spoilers now.
be-
Like I mean, you start off with Deck training with his brother, and
Yeah.
his dad their dad just shows up. He's like, oh, you should just fucking kill him. He's a runt, like he's a little bitch. Like just kill him.
Yeah.
And then his brother dies for him, and like he's trying to set out to kind of prove his brother right and prove his dad wrong. I was like, oh, this is a cool like motivation. Like it's
Yeah.
a good setup and all that. And then just when again, was it Ty? Was that her name? I forget her.
I think so. It was THIA. So Ty, I guess.
Ty,
Yeah.
yeah. When she shows up, I was like, all right, she's a little goofy. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, kind of like, I guess I could see like where it comes with the last was like kind of like the Ellie thing, where like just talking
Sure.
nonstop and like just
Yeah.
asking questions and stuff. And then I love the little fucking like was it Bausic or uh the son, like the monkey looking thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
thing at first I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And it kind of grew on me throughout the movie. But I just felt the beginning on the planet with the dad and then the end on
Okay.
the planet with
Yeah.
the dad were like kind of two completely different movies. And everything in the middle was almost its own movie because then you have like the Wayland Otani stuff that's like a
Sure.
throw into Alien and stuff, which is cool because I don't know if they're trying to set the grounds for like a new Alien versus
It
Predator
kind
kind of
of
thing.
feels like that. Yeah.
Which,
As someone who hasn't seen the Versus movies yet, I've been kind of scared because I've heard things about them.
mhm,
It does feel like Deck would be like it kind of feels like you want like the humanoid predator. Like it would make
right.
sense to me to create this humanoid predator to have to face an alien, the like
Right.
xenomorphs. It makes sense. I feel like that would be a much more captivating movie. Like I
Hmm.
would not be shocked if this little crew that we've kind of developed, plus how Killer and Killer ends in a way where it's like, oh, they're building to something, they're doing some kind of like cinematic whatever. Like
Right.
it feels almost like they're trying to make this like Avengers Infinity War esque like
Yeah.
Predator Alien versus Predator, which is Disney. Of course they are. Of course they want
Yeah.
their big crossover event thing. Um but no, I agree. I was kind of mixed on her. Like I think Ellie Fanning. I think that Ella Fanning. I think she did a
Yeah.
fantastic job.
She did.
I think her performance was really captivating. I think she's a likable character. I don't
Hmm.
disagree about the tone. I enjoyed their stuff. I'm also a sucker for like found family and like we
Hmm.
weren't born blood, but we are now. Blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
like I don't completely disagree. Like I will say that like the tone of the movie definitely does shift from like the first act, which is like
Yeah.
this like Dune level like world that they
It
created.
was
So
almost
that
overly kind of dramatic in a way where like it started and I don't know if you've seen Fall Guy with Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling, my bad.
yes,
Jesus, that was a
yes,
cardinal sin. I'm so sorry. I love Ryan Gosling. I can't believe I just portrayed my Pookie Bear like that. Ryan Gosling Fall Guy where like they're making the fucking Dune ripoff. And like when the
sure,
movie started with the music, like the music and the shot and everything, I was like, why does this
yeah,
feel like the fake movie from Fall Guy?
yeah.
And then, but I was like, it's kind of like so over the top and just kind of, I was like, I kind of like it in a way. Like it's really going for
Mhm.
it. And that
It
music was sick too. I gotta say, I did like the music, but
The music is sick, and I do definitely find myself kind of wanting to live in that world a bit more because it
mhm,
is like I do kind of like, which is I am kind of excited if this does get a sequel. Like it does seem like we're kind of stuck in that little area for now, and I assume it's going to
yeah,
be whoever his parents are coming, his mom coming home or
yeah,
whatever. Like it does kind of feel like maybe we're about to do some like Game of Thrones esque, like Dune esque, like Predator movie, and
yeah,
that is exciting because I remember ending two and a little bit of Predators and being like, I want to learn more about these guys. Like, I think
yeah,
their lore and history to me is a little bit more interesting than like,
yes,
hey, they're gonna hunt you, gotta run.
yeah,
Like that stuff is cool too. But like, I'm so like, there's this alien race of who has all this lore that we just kind of don't know about yet. It's always been so surface level.
yep,
And I definitely respect these like Disney era And I do think that you would really like Killer of Killers because they do some really interesting stuff with like,
I do
especially in
want to
that
watch
third
that.
act of
Mhm.
like, oh, whoa, these guys are fascinating. I want to know,
Mhm.
like, I want to explore that. So it seems like that's what Disney has really been doing. I think Disney, like, I know Disney has a track record, but you know, people are like, oh, Disney ruins everything they touch. I think like I gotta respect what they've done with these Alien and Predator, you know, IP
Yeah.
since they've got them because it does genuinely feel like okay, there's this whole thing that they've done before. What can we do different?
Mhm.
And how can we make our mark on this franchise? And I think a
Right.
franchise of that caliber, you have to do that. You have to be like,
Yeah.
okay, people love these mean a lot to people. If we are going to keep making them, what are we going to do different with them?
Mhm.
And I almost wish they would add that element of love to like some of their other IPs, like some of their Disney stuff. It's like, okay, we're rebooting all the Disney movies. Like, put a little bit of that into those, and I think you might have
Right.
a better track record.
Yep.
I forgot what I was originally even saying. I got sidetracked somewhere, but
Just like
no, yeah,
keeping the universe going and stuff like that.
yeah,
And I agree. Like that's kind of like where like I'm just kind of really in the middle on it. Where like it did
hmm,
enough interesting things where like I definitely would be open to seeing a continuation.
yeah.
I really feel like it was like kind of two movies in one, where it's
Okay,
almost like you're
fair.
getting Predator lore and history and all that, and that's the stuff that I really loved.
Hmm.
And then you're getting the middle, which is almost like a kind of buddy road trip movie that's also setting up like stuff in the Alien universe, where I was like,
Sure.
I don't know, like it. There's parts of it that I kind of like, parts of it that I was like, like I don't know, like after like seeing how good Romulus and stuff was too, and like yeah, like I think both of these franchises are probably in the best space they've been in a long time. Especially I know people
Sure.
loved Alien Earth too. Obviously, like we just
Yeah.
talked about that. So I I want to see what they end up doing from here because
Hmm.
like we said, I don't know what the ending really means. I
Right.
kind of was like, should I have seen Hunters or like, should I have watched something else? I was like,
Right.
I was like, is the ending supposed to mean something or is it just setting up a sequel? Like, I was like, I'm not sure.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like, it does a lot of interesting things. I really like Dex like character arc and
Same.
everything, where he's very self sufficient and just I have to do everything on myself. And then obviously opening up to having a team and like having people help him and stuff like that, while
Hmm.
also being true to like his like culture and stuff
Right.
like that. And I loved how the end of the movie is basically him just taking everything that he learned from that planet, going and like using it to kind of complete his mission at the end. I thought that was really
Yeah.
fucking cool, where he made like his own kind of like suit and weapons and armor and stuff.
Yeah.
That was all sick. And again, the action's good. I thought like I don't know, like I also think of like pretty gory stuff when I think of like the Predator movies. So being PG-13, I was like, they still do some stuff and they kind of get away with it because obviously it's a lot of alien combat and then you have the synthetics. So like instead of it being like blood, it's like, other stuff. Um, it
Yeah.
was just a little, I don't know, because like without saying anything about Prey, pretty brutal. Like
Okay.
every Predator
Yeah.
movie's pretty
Yeah.
brutal. So it's just like, I was a little iffy on that too, but yeah, my whole thing was just like it kind of felt like two movies in one. I liked one movie more than the other movie, and I feel like the majority movie was the movie that I didn't like as much as the other movie that was taking place in the movie, if that makes sense.
Sure. No, I know. I think that's completely fair. And like, I was even getting into it, and like, you know, like we're halfway through the movie, and I instantly go like, "Oh, I understand why this is PG-13." Because,
Hmm.
and that goes into like what we were saying earlier, where it's like, "Oh, this isn't your traditional Predator movie," but
No.
like, it feels like it's on intent. It feels like
Yeah.
creatively they're like, "We want Predator, but." Action adventure like road trip like buddy
Yep.
cop road trip
Yep.
movie. And I don't inherently think that's a bad thing. But
No.
I do think it kind of does come down to like, well, what are you expecting out of the Predator? Like, are you looking for the brutal, like, you know, there's that sequence in that first movie where like their skins are teared off their body. I'm
Yeah.
like,
It's
holy
crazy.
shit! All right,
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's
crazy,
fucking
man.
skinning bitches in the jungle and ripping their skulls out, and so like, it's pretty
Yeah,
crazy. And then this one is just very. not that, which again, like
Sure.
and I guess that may be the so like I don't want to really fuel the fire, but that could be maybe the Disney effect of like, look, we want Predator to be this
A
big
family. Yeah.
blockbuster kind of franchise. So like, let's make a
Mm-hmm.
PG-13 more accessible to people, and we'll kind of do the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not against that. I just wish, because even like that whole like a lot of the fight scene between the dad and Koei, I think his brother was,
Yeah.
brutal. Like it was still brutal, even though it was
Yeah.
alien stuff. I mean, he gets freaking decapitated and shit. I mean, granted, they don't really show it fully, but it's enough. I was like, damn, okay.
Mm.
But I don't know. I'm just very mixed on it, but I'll probably watch it again eventually, just to kind of see if my
Mm.
thoughts change on it a little bit. But I'm very at odds with it right now. But I do
I
think
think
it's well
that's,
made and everything. Like I don't think it's a bad movie. It's just
yeah. Just not your
I
yeah.
yeah, I like went in expecting like Predator, and it was like Predator,
Yeah. Which is fair. And
which yeah,
to play devil's advocate just a little bit, to like play on the offside of that, like I think if any Predator movie was going to be that like PG-13, I do think it makes sense it being Dex, at least in this first one,
yeah,
because I do think a lot of it is like, well, he is the runt, and he is
yeah,
kind of the like, the slow born a little bit, and he doesn't live up. But I would have liked to, and I think they do a pretty good job at the end showing how he's grown. But like,
yeah,
it is at the end where it should be like, oh, he's fucking like ripping off his face and
yeah,
skinning his or whatever. But maybe it's like, okay, it's his father. He's probably not trying to like. He doesn't seem like he's on the level of his father, and he has grown emotionally, so he's not trying to like. I don't know. I guess I would be curious to see where this character does go and how
hmm
does he evolve. Like, does now that he is like, does he change now that he's no longer the run and he seems like he's going to be
hmm
running things at home? Does he slowly turn into his father, or does he change how it's run? And that's interesting to me because, like, okay, are
yeah,
we changing how they operate as a species going forward? It is so far in the future, seemingly, that they could do that. They could be like, okay, it's changed from this point forward. But all the other Predator movies we want to tell later on are set in the past.
right,
It's a whole history, so we can have you can kind of have your cake and eat it too if you really wanted to.
yeah,
I will be interesting though to like, okay, if a couple years now we go back to like a regular Predator movie, how are we going to view that movie now that we know that like, oh, like now that we've seen a little bit inside of how the factory is made, or do we view the Predators differently now, and how they operate now that we've seen inside how it works? I guess a little bit more would be interesting. Like can you just go back to a brutal Predator fucking people up and stuff like that would be interesting.
yeah. That's a good point. I don't know, because yeah, now that I've seen a little bit of their culture and everything, like I don't know, that would be interesting. Yeah, I mean, again, that's like where it's a franchise that's been around forever. It can't just be the same
Right.
thing over and over again. So like, I am interested to see what they end up doing from here, because like yeah, like you're saying, I do think it would be kind of weird to go back to like, okay, we're just gonna have a predator in like, fucking like LA now, and he's just gonna destroy people.
Yeah.
Uh, so like, I don't know. I'm not sure. They definitely took the franchise in an interesting direction.
Mm,
I just I guess I would have been more on board if the tone just stayed a little bit more consistent for me throughout the movie. And I'm not even saying it doesn't have to be like any humor or anything like that. It's just like I feel like it was a real serious shift, at least for
sure.
me. So I think if it was just a little less of just a complete, just like bam, like now we're in a completely different movie, I think it would have worked better for me. And honestly, I don't know. Like I feel like almost if the alien tie-ins weren't as prevalent
Hmm.
as they were, I might have liked it a little bit more too. Because I feel like there's a point where, like, in the middle, it kind of starts taking over the movie a little bit.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, like, I kind of want more of a Predator movie than, like, Predator with some alien universe lore in it.
The
Like, I
like
don't know. Like, I
The
think that's
synthetic stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of
Okay.
where I was at, where I was like, all right, like I went in wanting a Predator movie from the point of view of a Predator, and I got that plus like a buddy road trip movie with
Yeah.
alien universe lore with Wayland Time, whatever they are.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like I was like, like I don't know. I guess I wanted a more kind of simple thing, which I don't know.
I think I think it works for me up until she gets captured and they're like
Yeah,
in the
that I didn't like.
facility. Like that, like 20 minutes, it's still fun. Like there's fun sequences in there. I do
Yeah,
love the sequences when she's like fighting the other synthetics with her legs and her,
that
like
was
that's cool.
funny.
That's bad, that's really fun.
That
The
stuff was
action's
cool.
great. But like there is a point where there's the like giant robot and then the thing turns to ice and I was like there is a point where like okay, this is a lot right
Yeah,
now, and it does feel like a different movie than it was like 30 minutes ago. I think if they just kind of like stayed on their journey, like I like this, like I did like the stuff like them kind of traveling through, them hunting the like giant monster. They're like that stuff to me. I was really enjoying.
yeah,
I was very bad with that. I do agree though that that extra 25 minutes. I'm like. I think this is because it's still a short movie, but I think that it could have been trimmed down a little bit. Like some of that stuff could have either been shortened down or
yeah,
a different third act maybe would have made a bit more sense for what they're trying to do. But I don't know. It's
yeah.
interesting.
It definitely slowed down the pace for me a little bit because I was like, that whole sequence where like they're on like that little like train thing and they're talking like didn't really feel that impactful to me. It's just kind of to get her captured and him freed, and so he can like go to
Yeah.
their planet and go to their like home base and just kind of fuck shit up and stuff. And like yeah, like I don't know, like fighting the robot, I was like, like I don't know, like it just didn't really. Just, like I like the scene of him going around just fucking everyone up, like that was all
Yeah.
cool, and like
Yeah,
the
that's
scene of
cool.
like them like the more kind of like ground level stuff was cool. It's just yeah, when she comes down the huge robot and stuff, it's like like I don't.
It's a lot, and I like I forget her name, but the fucking robot. Like I like her arc in theory. I like that her arc kind of mirrors Deck's arc a little
Yeah,
bit of like her also realizing that her family isn't actually there for her and like that like okay you kind of need to create your own path and so like I think that stuff
yeah,
really does work. But again, I think it does kind of meander there at the end where it's just like, okay, this is lasting a little bit too long.
mhm.
It's feeling a little bit too chaotic, and yeah, like when they're in that sequence, it does feel a little bit like a Marvel movie at times, where it's like,
It
oh,
does.
okay, all right, this is which I love Marvel movies. Don't get me wrong, but yeah,
Yeah,
like it does kind of I think take away a little bit of the what like you said, what the first couple of acts did kind of set in motion.
yeah,
But I do agree with you. I love the final couple minutes when he's
mhm.
fucking up his father and like
Awesome.
the it's like yeah, that stuff really works as well.
Because like yeah,
Like,
when they find the I forget the name of the Balsic or Cowsic, I forget what it's
yeah,
called exactly,
like
but
giant ass monster. Yeah,
yeah, and like when he's fighting it one on one, that shit's sick.
that's
Like
awesome.
it's just like because when that happened, I was like, oh damn, like the movie's almost over. Like in my
Yeah,
head, I was like, it's like wow, this thing flew by. I was like, we're here already. And then all that happens. I was like, dude, what
Mhm.
is happening? Like, whoa. Like I thought the movie was about to end and we just have like another
Yeah,
45 minutes or like half hour. And then once it cuts back to him going back to his home planet, I was like, okay, this is the kind of stuff I wanted to see again. And then I feel like that's over real quick. And then it's like, oh, sequel.
yeah.
And I was like, okay, like, yeah. So it's like I would have I I think I would have liked the movie a lot more if
Mhm.
honestly most of the third act was kind of trimmed down
Yeah,
significantly, which again, like I said, it's like a short movie already, but
right.
for me, like I know it was only like at what hour 45 or 50 or something like that.
I think it's hour 47. I
Yeah,
think.
like
Yeah,
I was watching it, I was like, dude, this feels like it's over 2 hours. Like
yeah.
because that ending just kind of started dragging for me a little bit, where like, I don't know. I think for like people that are maybe more interested in the alien lore and
Mm,
stuff, probably fucking awesome for those
yeah.
guys. Like I feel like this is a movie that like Phil would love for because he loves Alien. and I think he likes Predator too. So like, I think for people that are very big fans of
Hmm.
Alien and Predator, I think this would be like their favorite movie probably. And when I heard like the Mandalorian comparisons and stuff, it got me excited too because I was like, oh shit, all
Yeah,
right, cool. But
that's
then
the most.
like,
Yeah,
and then when I kind of saw what it was, I was like, so they took some of the good things from the Mandalorian and then some of like the stuff where I'm like, about, or like
sure,
learning about their culture and the fighting with the dad and like all that kind of stuff. It reminded me a lot of like when Mando goes to the armory and just learning about Mandalorian culture and stuff like that.
sure.
That was all awesome. And then he kind of gets his like Baby Yoda kind of stuff going on, and I was like, okay, like the cutesy fun stuff. I was like, all right, in Alien, this is kind of, or in Predator is kind of fucking weird, but like
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, just I almost feel like there was too many things starting to go on in the movie
fair.
where
Yeah,
again that's where I feel like Grandpa was like I kind of wanted to be a little bit more simple, just Predator
sure.
on a mission doing stuff, and I feel like it kind of just started throwing too many things into the pot. I was like, like I don't know, a little too much for me personally, but I don't think it's bad. I just didn't love it as much as I wanted to.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And again, like I was very curious about this discussion because I knew like you were up on a lot of those movies. I have had them for like a week, and I think I enjoy at least like the first two acts a lot. Like I was like
Yeah.
really invested into it, and yeah, no, I definitely agree with the third act though. It's like I think here's what I do. I think I would add a little bit more into that second act,
Hmm.
because I think when the reveal happens, when she's like, oh wait, like you have to go, like please get out of here, like you're not
Yeah.
safe here, like that happens like really. I was like, oh,
Right.
I think I would have liked a little bit more leading up to that sequence, maybe stay on that sequence a little bit more because that happens and it's like, okay, they don't really have a time to like, I know they don't really talk, but like have a conversation about like what she did and like,
Hmm.
I know Predator is in the movie about talking about your feelings, but like kind of talk about like, shit, man, I like this is the family that I want and blah blah blah. Like lean into that stuff a little bit more.
Hmm.
Have that big fight with the giant monster last a little bit longer. Maybe cut out a lot of the big the like because it does turn into like a jailbreak movie, and I think maybe that's the vibe where it's like, oh, all right, that's a little silly, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess that's all of it. I'm trying to think like, is there anything I haven't talked about yet? But I do think it's a pretty straightforward movie. It's not like, oh, we let's have a deep dive analysis on Predator Badlands. Like it's very much
Yeah.
like, well, this is what it is, and I think you either like it or you don't. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's not going to be a lot of like, this is the worst movie that's ever been made, and I don't think
No.
there's going to be a lot of like, this is the best movie that's ever been made. I think it's just a lot of people that are like, it worked for me or it didn't work for me, and I feel like there's not going to be a lot of strong opinions either way. Just like kind of a base level, hey, this is all right kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah,
Yeah, I haven't heard anything like overly negative about it. I have seen a few people say that this is like I've seen a couple people say this is their favorite Predator movie, and I've seen a couple people say that
sure,
this is like, top two or three, and more power to you. I respect it. Like it's I respect it for trying to do something different and bringing new people into the franchise.
hmm,
And like, like you said, it's not like a deep dive kind of movie or anything. I just feel like if they would have streamlined some of the subplots and stuff a little bit more, I think it would have maybe just made me enjoy the movie a little bit more. But who knows? With what could happen in the future, maybe this is a good like
jumping on
setting
point.
point
Yeah,
for whatever else they have planned. If they do end up doing that
yeah,
Alien versus Predator
right,
reboot kind of thing, then hey, good groundwork for that. But it's
yeah,
like if that doesn't end up happening, then like, like then it's kind of just a
yeah,
weird kind of just okay, that's a tie-in that didn't really go anywhere. But I feel like with the trajectory of how both franchises are doing right now, it's probably gonna happen. So I feel
yeah.
like separating myself from my expectations going in time will kind of maybe change my opinion on this movie for better or for worse.
Sure. Yeah, like if the sequel sucks and it's like a horrible movie, then we might be like, well, fuck
Yeah.
this one. But if it's like a masterpiece, we're like, oh, we had to get this to get that. It's all
Right.
building to this thing. I wouldn't be curious to talk to people where like this is their first Predator movie. Like I think that would be an interesting, because I do think it is a good like kind of rebrand for what they're trying to do. Like I can definitely, I think there's worse like buyout rebrands that's been made
Right.
over the last couple of years.
A good comparison I just thought of is like, if this is almost like the Rise of the Planet of the Apes kind of thing, where like
Yes,
you get
yes,
this, where it's like, okay, here's kind of like a newer spin on this franchise, and then we kind of get the equivalent of like a Dawn and War for the Planet of the
right.
Apes and the Predator like universe, and they'll be like, okay, like yeah, fuck yeah, because like Rise of the Planet of the Apes is like, I never go
Fun.
back and watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes, even though it's not a bad movie at all. I enjoy
You
that
just go to
movie,
Dawn.
but it's
Yeah,
just like I go straight to Dawn and War. Give me my Matt
yeah,
Reeves glizzy, you know, like I'll take all that. So
yeah.
I'll take all my Matt Reeves action, and then you know, Rise is a good setting off point, and they even tie back to it
Right.
in the other movies. But I go to those. So if this is kind of like the Rise of the Planet of the Apes of this new Predator story, we get our kind of Caesar, like our deck, you know, then
Yeah,
cool. I'll, you know,
yeah.
maybe I'll just skip over this one and I'll go straight to the sequels if that ends up being the case.
Agreed. Yeah, yeah. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Not my favorite of the year, but I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that kind of takes us to the end here. Again, is there anything that you want to comment that we haven't touched on yet? I feel like this is kind of the meats and potatoes of everything. Do you feel satisfied with our conversation here?
Yeah, I think we had a full meal. I'm satisfied. I'm not hungry anymore.
Incredible. Well, Johnny, thank you so much for joining us today. This was a blast and a half.
Yes.
For the idiots that don't know where to find you or are not already subscribed to all the stuff you work on, where can we find you? What you're working on? Anything you want to shout out, promo, support, any of that jazz?
I mean, obviously, you know, we're both on Council of Creators every Wednesday on Chainsaw's channel. That's probably one of my more consistent forms of content now. But on my own, I stream on Twitch the most consistently, Johnny Bravo 6. I do Music Monday streams with Chainsaw where we go back and forth, like making playlists of music for each other and just listen to music. I do a lot of gaming streams and stuff on there. I do story games. I do shooter games. I do all kinds of stuff. YouTube, I do every now and then stream on YouTube, more like kind of podcasty style things. I do want to get a little bit more into that. I don't want to really say things I'm thinking on YouTube because I've done it a lot where like I've talked about things I want to do and it doesn't end up happening. But I do have ideas of stuff to do on YouTube. So if you want to subscribe to that too, same thing, Johnny Bravo 6. Yeah, that's it. You know, a semi-retired content creator that kind of just hops on other people's streams. But if you do want to see stuff, Twitch, that's
Music
really
Monday.
it.
Yeah,
Music
Chainsaw.
Monday. Music
Incredible.
Monday, Fortnite, Call of Booty, all that kind of stuff. Mafia, story games. That's it.
Yeah, it's already out when this episode goes out, but go check out his Council of Creators Takeover episode. At the time, will come out. It will have come out yesterday at the time this is going up. So go check that out. Gonna be a fun
that'll
time.
be a debacle.
I'm very excited.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff for the week. I don't know what's going up. Monday, after the credits, we're doing Pluribus. We're doing what else is there right now? Welcome to Derry. We're doing Has Been Hotel. That's it. That's all the shows right now. Check back in next week for another Pipeline podcast, and I will check you guys on the flip side. Goodbye.